Well, actually, most people panic sold Bitcoin in the most recent dip. Guys, I need to discuss some very important on-chain metrics and indicators which are telling us something big about what currently is happening. And right now, this massive Bitcoin signal is currently flashing. I want to be talking about this, the amounts of tether that is currently getting printed in the market and causing Bitcoin to be pouncing back towards the upside. I will be talking about this, the most important charts and patterns, and of course about many other important indicators and metrics that I will be discussing on today's update video. So can we once again slap that like button back above 1000 likes? It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. And that is that basically in the most recent dip here on Bitcoin, some on-chain indicators were actually suggesting that we were in a bear market, but already we can see that we flipped it back in towards the bull market territorium. And basically what we saw was a slight little sell-off where Bitcoin was basically on discounted levels. And if we're actually right now going to be looking towards what the Bitcoin short-term whales are doing, is that we're actually seeing quite a lot of accumulation from them. And just like we had in the last bull market, once we saw a lot of accumulation by short-term Bitcoin holders, short-term Bitcoin whales, we started to see, of course, a significant increasement in price. And that is what we do want to be seeing for that next Bitcoin bull market as well. So this is going to be an important chart where we're going to be putting our close attention towards. And once we're going to be seeing an increase in that, you will be, of course, the first one to be knowing. And what is actually interesting to see here, that well, indeed, in the last period, we have seen a lot of activity and buys coming from these new short-term whales here. But actually, the ones that were selling on the most recent dip here were also those short-term whales on Bitcoin. And actually, they have seen the largest loss since May 2021 because the people that actually sold the most in this most recent dip were those short-term whales here. Those people that were actually new towards the market. So maybe they were not used towards the FUD in the market, or they were not used to how Bitcoin tends to be moving, and they just panic sold their Bitcoin. And most likely, eventually, they are going to be buying their Bitcoin back here at probably a higher valuation. Because what we can see here is that really, that if we're going to be looking towards the new wallets, which have over 1000 Bitcoins, including spot ETFs, custodial wallets, excluding miners and exchanges, we can see that we have seen a significant increase here of new whales entering the market. And that means that also, well, you have been selling most likely, the new whales have actually been accumulating at a very rapid pace here. And while all these on-chain data is suggesting there's a lot of accumulation from whales here, we're also seeing that the hash ribbons are actually flipping bullish. And every single time once this signal has occurred, guys, we have actually seen the market not straight away, but generally speaking, move towards the upside. And this is a very important time to once again see this signal is flashing. The last time we saw this one flashing after we had the Bitcoin halving was over here in June 2020. And that was basically the starting point of a massive Bitcoin bull market towards the upside. And that is why I want to be pointing it out here. Basically, every single time once we do see the hash ribbon flip a buy signal, it is generally speaking a very good buying opportunity. And I do believe the same is currently as well. Why wouldn't it be this time around here? I mean, this signal is a signal you should be paying attention towards. And even more importantly right now, the USDT market cap is significantly increasing again here by a few percent here. And that means that they have minted more tokens, and of course, if there's going to be more stable coins in circulation in the market, eventually this could generate another uptick in value on Bitcoin. And what we can actually see from on-chain data is that since the beginning of this massive crash on Tether, more than 1.3 billion US dollars worth of USDT has flowed in towards the exchanges. And this could be one of the reasons why we actually bounce so strongly here. And now they also have minted even more, and this could cause even higher price surges in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin always goes up in value, not always, but it usually goes up in value if there's going to be more Tether in circulation. You can see here, Tether went quite sideways, which with their supply, Bitcoin also went sideways. And then once Bitcoin went up in value, we start to see a significant increase in Tether valuation. And as they are going to be increasing more, we are also going to be seeing higher price eventually. And since we're already sitting at an all-time high in terms of Tether valuation, I wouldn't be surprised that Bitcoin could also move potentially towards those new all-time highs. So the buying pressure in the background is really there, and that could ultimately cause Bitcoin to of course go higher in valuation. So right now, with these very important charts discussed, let me also dive a little bit in towards the short term, because if we're currently looking at the short term over the course of this weekend, we are currently creating, of course, that Bitcoin CME gap. We're still hovering around that price here. The close price is 60.8k, so I'm expecting Bitcoin is going to be hovering around this price for the end of the weekend. And yes, really, if I'm going to be looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame, we've seen a very strong bounce here, and it is going to be actually quite likely that we're going to be seeing a continuation after we're right now once again seeing the price really getting compressed. But currently, we are really trading against one of the most important levels of resistance, which is at 63 to 62,000 US dollar level. And what I want to be saying again here is that currently the market is still in fear, and once the market is fearful, you should actually be greedy. And still the market is in fear, potentially due to the fact that we're still having recession fears. People are still afraid we're going to be getting another crash here, which definitely could be happening. But always once the market is fearful, that is once Bitcoin bounces the most. If I'm looking at CoinClass, the most amount of people are actually still shorting Bitcoin, and due to the fact that many people are shorting Bitcoin, this could ultimately be even more fuel for Bitcoin to be pushing up higher. And yeah, looking at the 2024 election, which is very important for Bitcoin and the global stock market, of course, I think that personally that if Camila is going to get elected, it probably is going to be doing something bad for the markets. And yeah, currently she is significantly in advantage, but still we have another 86 days before the election day is there, so anything could still be happening. But this is going to be important to be paying attention towards, because yeah, people are really hoping that Donald is going to be winning, because if he does win, it's going to be ultimately very good for the market. And that is why we of course are here. We want to be having good stock markets, we want to be having a good Bitcoin price, and I think he is going to be helping us with that. And yeah, looking at the liquidation heat map, we're seeing that clearly. Bitcoin, the majority of the liquidations are laying still around that 70 to 73,000 US dollar level. Ultimately, we're going to be grabbing it. And guys, I am still waiting to be opening up a new trade on Bitcoin. And if I do so, if you want to be joining me with the next trade here, don't forget to sign up an account using this link below, because if you press on this link, guys, right here, you know it, you will come to this page and you can actually claim a free 500 US dollar airdrop position. It's a free 500 US dollar trade for only signing up an account and doing KYC on Bybit right now in the link description of today's video. So if you're interested in claiming a free trade, check it out in the link description of today's video. Then also, we're still ultimately creating a big bull flag pattern on Bitcoin. If you're looking at the 2-day time frame, you can see that we exactly bounced from that lower side here, exactly getting rejected from the top side. Bitcoin is just still consolidating. And if you're looking at the monthly time frame, we are still holding up the most important monthly support of this entire consolidation phase. So yes, I think ultimately Bitcoin is looking extremely strong here. This monthly candle is getting myself super excited. So yeah, there's not a lot of stuff happening outside of this. So if you did enjoy this video, if you learned something from it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.